This is what YieldMax paid last month. We can see, remember last month it used to be monthly distribution, but now YieldMax has switched to weekly dividend for fund of funds, especially YMAX and YMAG. Of course, all two will be paying every fourth week. So because of that switch, there's a difference in payment I'm going to show you today. And this is just the last month where they paid 59 cents, 57 cents, and 78 cents for Ulti. But this is what they pay this month, because there's a difference, because now coming from monthly to weekly, it's going to be a different payment. So we're going to see if that payment has any, is there any big changes. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk today. So, again, welcome to Think Passive, a channel where we bring the update and topic on passive income investing, any other type of investments, and including also growth investments as well. So if it's the first time, just make sure you subscribe. And if you like content, always hit the like button. So the first thing we're going to look at the update on the rate cut from the Fed. Of course, they cut a huge this time, and that has very significant importance to your investments. And also the other thing I'm going to talk is the Roundhill, they just announced a dividend for QDTE and XDTE. We're going to see how much they pay and how do you compare those from what they paid last month or last week.
The Federal Open Market Committee decided to reduce the degree of policy restraint by lowering our policy interest rate by a 0.5 percentage point. This decision reflects our growing confidence that with an appropriate recalibration of our policy stance, strength in the labor market can be maintained in a context of moderate growth and inflation moving sustainably down to 2%.
So that was Jerome Powell announcing the rate cut. Of course, this time they cut massively. They cut 50 basis points. That's big that they've cut so far since the rate increase in 2020. So, but reaction to that, of course, it's that market today. We can see the S&P 500. This is the actual future market. This is a real-time future market, right? If you look at S&P 500, there's a Dow Jones. There's a US Tech, which is the Nasdaq, and small cap. So look at the action from that. Of course, we see the Nasdaq has climbed about 1.41, the future market right now, and the small cap, which is Russell 2000, has also increased. You know the reason why? Of course, S&P 500 is more of like a 1 basis point and of one percentage, and Dow Jones it hasn't climbed so far that much. The reason why, of course, tech is more leverage, and the small cap, these are the small businesses where rely on loans, so that will alleviate and make them to generate massive income without paying a lot of interest. So it's very good news for economy in general, and that of course will impact your portfolio as well. Now, if we go to YieldMax ETF dividend announcement for today, of course they just announced. This is the first time that YieldMax has started paying that weekly distribution that they announced. I made a video a couple 4 days ago. So we can see they only pay 22, you round up to 23 cents. And this is the weekly distribution rate of 67. So it's a little bit higher than what they paid last month, because last month it was only 40%. And that's monthly, but this is a weekly 67. You get 22, 27, 23 cents. That's a lot. So if they pay that, for the whole year, that's $11 per share you're getting. That's a lot of money, guys. If we look at the YMAX, they only pay 19, so if you round up about 20 cents, and that was a 53% distribution yield. And Ulti, they pay 104, and the payment was 98, almost $1. That's a huge. But of course, Ulti is going to be every 4 weeks, and I mean every 4 weeks, so it's pretty much once a month, but there's a schedule for that. I checked my other video I made a few days ago. I put a schedule on this one, and if you go to my website thinkpassive.com, also there's a huge information on all the distribution scheduling. So this is for YMAX and YMAG, and this is the first time they're going to pay weekly distribution versus what they used to pay monthly. Now let's go to another interesting ETF. This is Roundhill. Roundhill also has announced a weekly distribution, and this time was only about 20 cents per share on QDTE. And when it comes to XDTE, this is for the XDTE, and when it comes to QDTE, they also pay about 0.19, so we round up to 20 cents. But this is lower than what they paid the last month. If I show you what they paid last month, if we go here, we can see this time they pay 19, but last week they pay 44 cents. So it's a huge cut on QDTE, almost about 20, more than 22 cents. You know, if we look at XDTE, they did pay 33 cents, and this time they pay about 20 cents. So it's about 13 cents cut this month. But this is not something new, because, you know, the first time they paid, the lowest they've paid so far is at 2 cents, right? So, and then of course that month of you know, in April they did pay 19 cents. So it's not something new. They always, these distribution always varies. You know, they're not consistent. You know, they're consistent in payment, but they're inconsistent in terms of the amount they're going to pay every month. And you, as a passive income investor in these type of ETFs, you probably know that by now. And what the lowest they paid on QDTE, the lowest they paid was, if I look at here, was 9 cents, right? But since then they've been paying a little bit higher. But all in all, this is what they pay just this month, this week. And then of course next week they're going to pay another one. We don't know if it'll be either higher or lower. But if you check my other video on income generation on these ETF, what I usually like to do is to just average this one, and then that will give you prediction of how much you actually gonna get every month. So that's all, guys. I just want to keep you updated on you know, YieldMax ETF distribution, and also we touch on Fed rate cut and what that has an impact in your portfolio, and also the Roundhill QDTE and XDTE, the distribution that they pay this month. So that's all. If you like this video, again, make sure you smash the like button. If you want to stay in the loop and don't want to miss this type of update, just make sure you subscribe to this channel. Let's hit 10,000 subscribers by, you know, at least the end of this year. So that's all for today. Again, thank you very much for watching, and make sure you leave your comment below and let me know you want daily updates on this, on the market trend. So thank you. Bye. Till I meet again next video.